see you. Serving as your governor these past 3 years has honestly been the greatest honor of my life. And I'm looking forward to continue to serve Montana when Donald J. Trump is back in the White House. This presidential election can be summed up as the weak and failed against the strong and successful. That's the difference between Harris and Trump. Montanans have been feeling the effect of Kamala's agenda for 3 long years. Home prices are through the roof. It's harder to buy groceries and gas. Childcare is more expensive. Biden trusted Harris. Boy, that was a mistake. As his so-called border czar. You know it. She's been a complete dud. Under Harris, we've had more than 10 million illegal crossings. That's 10 illegal immigrants for every citizen of the state of Montana. It's got to stop. The Harris border policy is as effective as a screen door on a submarine. Donald Trump will finish the wall.
Yeah! Woo! Yes! Build that road! 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 Build that road!
Have you seen this guy they nominated as their vice president?
Oh.
Tim Walz?
Oh.
He's soft on crime, and his so-called peaceful protester destroyed his entire state. And Kamala Harris, she bailed him out. We need to defeat Harris and Walz and send Donald Trump and J.D. Vance to the White House.
Yes! Woo!
But they need our help. And that starts with electing Republicans up and down the ballot. And let me just say, I would be honored to have your vote in November.
We need to go vote. We need to vote.
Together we've worked to fight the Harris agenda, her war on coal, and her war on Montana values. But it doesn't stop there. We need to send Ryan Zinke and Troy Downing back to the House of Representatives. We need to fire career politician John Tester and send Navy SEAL Tim Sheehy to the Senate.
Yeah!
And we need to fire Kamala Harris.
You are fired!
Make number
You are
45,
fired.
number 47.
Yeah, you are fired.
Paul, you know it, so we can make America great.
You got it.
It's my great honor to introduce our next speaker. Tim Sheehy is a father, a husband, a combat veteran, a patriot, and a job creator. He has lived the American dream while serving our great nation. And he's running to deliver leadership in the Senate that will make Montana proud. Make no mistake, the fight for the U.S. Senate starts right here in Montana.
Yes.
John Tester votes with Harris 95% of the time. In fact, Tester recruited Harris for the Senate. What's up with this guy? Tim Sheehy in the Senate. Montana will have a true leader who will fight inflation, secure the border, and help President Trump make America great again.
Yeah!
Please join me in welcoming my friend and your next U.S. Senator, Tim Sheehy.
Family guy.
Well, you know my name. Did you know those are also my pronouns?
Tim Sheehy.
I've been a he-she for 38 years. I can tell you, going to middle school in the 90s, that wasn't a fun name to have. And that is a joke, but it's also an illustration of the lunacy we're seeing in America right now. We are telling our boys that they're girls and our girls that they're boys. And John Tester voted for it. He voted to put boys in girls' sports. He has been a rubber stamp for the Biden-Harris agenda every single time it matters. You'll hear numbers like 91%. You'll hear numbers like 95%. The truth is, every single time America's been on the ballot in the U.S. Senate, John Tester's voted the other way. Every single time. And in the last 3.5 years, Kamala Harris has broken more ties than any other vice president in the history of this country. And that's because of one person, John Tester. And in a state that President Trump carried twice by 20 points, John Tester couldn't find the courage to say, I'm going to vote against these terrible policies that are bad for Montanans. I'm going to vote against these policies that are bad for America. And I'm going to vote against these policies that are bad for hardworking, everyday Americans. And what they've done is they put you in the back seat, and they've continually enriched all the DC special interests that pay for John Tester's campaign. He is the #1 recipient of lobbyist dollars of every single political candidate in this nation, including presidents. I served as a Navy SEAL. My wife was a Marine. We met in the military. And During the wars, we were deploying on and off. We saw each other like 45 days spread across 5 or 6 years. And that's the secret to a happy marriage, right? Just kidding. My wife's my best friend. I'm so lucky she still puts up with my crap. We love this country. We joined 18 after 9/11. When you joined after 9/11, I'm sure, who we got post 9/11 vets in here? Where are our veterans? Where are the rest of our veterans? Rest of our veterans, stand up. I want to see all our vets on your feet. Thank you. Thank you. And all of you did something. All of you did something that John Chester never did. You put your country first. When my wife and I joined the military at 18 after 9/11, there was no question what was going to happen. We weren't going to get free college. We knew we were going to war. We were going to war to protect this great country. I've been to about 93 countries around the world. There's some beautiful places. But there is nowhere I would rather raise my family, build my business, or call home than the United States of America. We are so lucky to be Americans. And if you wonder why we have a border crisis, it's because everybody wants to come here and be Americans. No one's walking across deserts to move to China. No one's drowning in the ocean to move to Russia. They are coming here to be Americans, and we should be proud of that. But I'll tell you another thing, America is at a crossroads. And when I discovered that, I've never run for anything in my life. I haven't run for student council. I haven't run for Congress or anything else. But when I watched the sacrifice of my friends, whose names I still wear on my wrist, we fought hard in Afghanistan. We answered our nation's call. And I still fly water bombers to this day. I protect our public lands. Just last week, I was our water bomber protecting your land.
Thank you.
And I was flying water bombers in California by day, and by night I was on my phone trying to get American citizens, allies, interpreters, people that fought alongside us to fight the terrorists. Joe Biden abandoned them in Afghanistan. He left them behind. And he left billions of dollars of equipment. And in the wake of that, I got involved in politics. I said, enough is enough. I'm sick of this bullshit. We got to save this country.
Yay! Woo! Woo! Yay! USA! 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 Woo!
And a couple years later, here we are. The reason I'm running for this seat is very simple. When I understood the importance of this race, when I understood that the control of the United States Senate came down to this seat, it was clear that my new path to serve this country was in the U.S. Senate. I got out of the military and started a business in my barn right out of town here. Bridger Aerospace has been a Montana success story. We've created hundreds of jobs right here in this state. And when we created those jobs, we had a lot of veterans on staff. We were fighting wildfires, innovating new technologies and ways to protect our communities. And I'm proud of that. John Tester attacks my company every single day, and it's disgusting. You should be ashamed of that. Just like he attacks my war record. And you know why? He attacks my war record because he doesn't have one. He attacks my business because he's never started one. But let's put all that aside. Let's talk about what matters to Montanans. I can't outspend John Tester on the air. He's got way too much money. So I do grassroots campaign. All 56 counties. Every VFW hall, every rodeo. We're going to every small town, shaking people's hand, looking them in the eye, telling them why we're going to support this race and how we're going to save this country. And I've heard a lot of things across the state. To our Native brothers and sisters, what have the Democrats done for you? What have the Democrats done for the reservations and the tribes?
Nothing.
Why do you continue to vote for them and send them back to office? I ask you to consider supporting our campaign because we will put you first. The open border crisis is destroying our reservations, our urban communities, and our rural communities. Fentanyl's pouring into our state and is tearing apart our families and the fabric of our country. 100,000 Americans a year, thanks to Biden and Harris, and Tester voted for it every time. For everyday working Montanans, gas prices are double, diesel prices are double. Your home's more expensive, inflation's at record highs. How is this economy taking care of you? It's not. It's been an upward transfer of wealth under the Biden-Harris Tester regime. They've taken money from your pocket, and they're paying off college student loans with it. They're paying for illegal immigrants' hotel rooms with it. They're sending hundreds of billions overseas to other countries when they should be supporting you. They should be supporting hard-working Montanans. And I'm thrilled that President Trump is supporting us. He's the first president of the generation not to enter us into a foreign war. He's built the strongest economy in a generation, securest border in a generation, and he showed strength on the world stage. And we're going to send him back to the White House in November. But you have a very important job to do, because if Donald Trump gets to the White House and doesn't have a Senate, he's not going to get things done. You need to deliver him a Senate by retiring John Tester. And across all 56 counties in our state, I've heard one thing from Montanans. They want common sense back. They want common sense government. And what does common sense mean to Montanans? They want a secure border, safe streets, cheap gas. Cops are good, criminals are bad, boys are boys, girls are girls.
Woo! Woo! USA! USA! USA!
This fall, we got to save America. We got a lot of work to do. Let's get to work. Thank you.
Not yet. Yes, they're coming. Rồi, chút xíu nữa quý vị ơi, còn đông lắm. Thắt qua mà. Thắt qua. Rồi, chút xíu nữa quý vị, khoảng nửa tiếng nữa nha. Tổng thống mới ra nói chuyện được. Ok quý vị, cho hết nửa tiếng nữa nha. Bye quý vị, lúc nào tổng thống ra em sẽ like stream lại.